Alright, what up, y'all? So we are back with another video. Um, I know I always say the same shit that it takes forever, yada yada. I was busy, but I'm finally done. You guys can see we're in a new setup, new apartment. Thank God. So yeah, I just wanted to go over two trades I took over the week last week. I just want to go over like some do's and don'ts with these two trades. They're both pretty decent setups. Just one of them, I obviously executed how I should have, and the other one I didn't. And yeah, I just want to show you guys um, what I learned from the first trade and what I fixed so I can execute good on the second trade. So let's get into this video. All right, so we marked out the highs and lows from previous day sessions. I believe this trade was on a Thursday, the 19th. Yes, I know today's like the 20 some, the 21st. But we marked out previous days highs and lows. And then coming into the 15-minute time frame. All right, we're gonna use this replay thing. So you guys can see both Asia and London session dumped. So honestly, I was expecting for price to come up here and grab these levels of liquidity. And you guys can see coming into market open, we dumped a little bit, but right away we start moving up, putting us into a bullish bias. So y'all can see on the 15-minute time frame, we had no fair value gaps that were created on the London session. On the 5-minute time frame, you guys can see we also didn't have any 5-minute fair value gaps that were created that we can potentially play off of, reject off of, or enter off of. So coming into the 1-minute time frame, you guys can see that on London session we created a 1-minute fair value gap, and on the New York session we created another 1-minute fair value gap. So let's go right about here. So when we come touch this London low down here, you guys can see price already gets a little bit of a rejection. Right here, we still haven't created this fair value gap we marked out right now, but this fair value gap was created, and you guys can see that price already reacted off this fair value gap, so we can see to retrace back up to this fair value gap. Let's see what price does. Okay, cool. So as soon as we come back to this midpoint of this fair value gap, price starts rejecting. So what would I want price to do? I want price to fully break above these highs up here and inverse this 1-minute fair value gap, and not only inverse it but retrace back around this midpoint so we could get our entry to potentially shoot back up. What do I call this? Again, I've said on my previous videos, this is the break and retest. So we're breaking above this fair value gap, we're retesting back to this midpoint, we're entering off the retest or retracement, and then we can look to shoot back up to our price targets, which would have been these two up here. So let's see what price does. So we already inversed that fair value gap, we took out these highs. I would have already liked to look for an entry right about this midpoint. Okay, so when we broke above these two highs up here, I'm looking for the retracement back into the midpoint of this fair value gap. So you guys can see we retrace back into this midpoint. So after we retrace right here, I'm gonna remove these so you guys can see. I'm already entering off the next candle. So I'm entering on this candle right here. You guys can see that price on the 1-minute time frame, we created another 1-minute fair value gap, giving me a perfect place for my stop loss. So I'm putting it right below this 1-minute fair value gap, and I already entered off here. You guys can see it right there. I entered off this candle. Alright, so price comes over here, hits my first take profit. The problem is that with this trade, I didn't scale out. With the momentum we were getting, I honestly thought we were gonna take this right away, and I didn't scale out. I didn't move my stop loss, nothing. So That was my error, guys. I didn't scale out right here. Should have scaled out about. I entered, I think, with 3 or 4 contracts in this trade. I could have scaled out half of them. Um, and you guys can see on these next candles, boom, price stopped me out. So unfortunately, instead of scaling out here, taking some profits, I didn't. Price reversed on me, took me out, and yeah, I lost like about 200 and some. I think it's $230 on this trade. So I mean, it wasn't that bad. We managed risk pretty okay, but like I said, we could have easily taken some profits in this trade. So those are little things you guys can see when when entering these trades. And oh, you guys can see right here because I tried doing the replay, but didn't work out. But those are little things that when entering a trade, that can potentially make you money, like scaling out. And those are things I should honestly already be doing. Like I said, sometimes we just get distracted, um, and we don't follow our rules all the way sometimes, and we pay the price for it. This was the first example, and like this is the don't. All right, y'all. So this is the second trade. This was Friday. Give me a second. Yeah, this was Friday. Then we marked out the highs and lows, and you guys can see price had a strong reaction coming to market open. We had a huge dump over here, and this trade once again we were on the 1 minute time frame. You guys can see we were having strong reactions to the downside already. So on the 5 minute time frame, we created this 5 minute fair value gap, and also had London low right here and previous New York session low down there. So price came up here, retraced back into this 5 minute fair value gap, and took out these draws of liquidity up here. So what are we looking for? We're looking for a retracement back to the downside to potentially go room for lower. So we want to go into the 1 minute time frame. We can see that price is having a strong reaction to this fair value gap. So we have a reaction up here, and we get another reaction up here. So after the second reaction, seeing that price can't inverse this 5 minute fair value gap, I'm already looking to get an entry to the downside. So you guys can see on the 1 minute time frame, price creates this 1 minute fair value gap. So again, I'm looking for another break and retest setup. And you guys can see price breaks below this 1 minute fair value gap. We retrace back to the midpoint, and on the retracement, I'm already looking for the entry. So we want to enter right about the midpoint. Put our stop loss right with this wick. I'm putting it above the fair value gap and right with this wick. Why? Because I know this wick is protecting us. If price does continue to break above this wick, we know that my bias was wrong. So you guys can see we had this POI form, and we look to target this previous day low. So you guys can see that right here, price shoots down to this point of interest, and right away I'm already seeing that we're getting a bit of a reaction right here. So I already thought in my head, last time I lost money because I didn't scale out, I didn't move my stop loss, nothing. So on this trade, I took some partials right here. I moved my stop loss to break even, so it was a risk-free trade. And then you guys can see that on the next candle, price shot back up and took my stop loss. Since I moved my stop loss to break even, I lost no money in this trade. I took profits down here, and if I would have just moved my stop loss to break even, I would have made $0 on this trade. So it's good that I took partials right here, made some sort of profit, and then yeah, price did what it did, took me out, but it was a risk-free trade. So like I said, if I would have done that on the previous trade, I would have been in profit. And I learned from my mistakes and I executed perfectly. Like I said, both setups were decent. They were actually pretty good setups in my opinion. Break and retest. I have been taking this type of setup a lot lately, and honestly, it's really easy. And another thing you guys want to kind of look at is when price is creating these highs up here, because we're creating equal highs, and that's why we got a reaction back up to these highs to take out these equal highs. Um, Honestly, when you see things like this, when equal highs or equal lows are being created, in my opinion, it's easy money. Price 9 out of 10 times is going to go back up to take out those equal highs or equal lows. So just be aware of things like that. Alright, y'all. So I do really hope this video helped you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be posting more because we're finally in our setup. We finally don't have to be moving all over the place, doing a bunch of bird shit. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Join the Discord, because me and some members of my Discord really like helping you guys, really like dumbing things down for you guys, because at one point I was in those shoes, looking at this way of trading. There's like millions of videos out there, and I'm not saying none of those videos can't help you guys. I honestly learned from just looking at YouTube videos, like kind of just learning on my own, you know. So I really wish I had someone out there to kind of narrow things down, make things simpler, because there's a lot of things out there, and there's different ways of trading. Like my way might not work for you, or it might be easier for you. And yeah, so just join the Discord. We're building a great community. We love helping you guys. We have different members on the Discord, asking questions, answering questions, giving their own opinions, and it's just a free space to grow, you get me? And like I said, I love doing all this for free. Why? Because I know there's a lot of scams out there. There's a lot of course sellers out there. It really put a bad vibe in the trading space. So I just want to show you guys that it is possible. You guys just have to stay consistent, disciplined, follow your rules, learn from your mistakes. If you guys don't learn from what you guys already fucked up in, how do you guys expect to grow? You get me? So we got this. Let's make this money.